package here? Is that what this is?
It's yeah, we're pretty much wrapping it up. So that's to me, and this starts to attack some of those common excuses that we talked about earlier. So it's not your height or your genetics or your metabolism or your spouse or your child or whomever that is responsible for you not achieving whatever it is you want to achieve.
Mm.
So we have to be able to take responsibility,
Sure.
and take full responsibility, take full ownership, because the the best excuses are actually true in some respect or another, but that doesn't give us an excuse for failure.
Mm.
So if I say, oh, well, I can't achieve this because of my family background or because I was born into this socioeconomic social life, or, these things are all true, 100% true. However, that's no excuse for you not to achieve what it is that you've tried to achieve.
Right.
You know,
You're not enslaved to that. You have the power to make your own choices
right,
still.
right. And this is kind of a sticky situation
It's
because
it's a touchy subject to bring this
yeah,
kind of stuff up with people. I've noticed that it's real difficult for me to be like to you got to be sensitive with it, but at the same time there's no other way to say it but then to be direct. Like,
right.
look, no, yeah, it's hard.
It's
It's very
it's
very
hard
uncomfortable conversation for me.
and it is very uncomfortable, and that's why most of us don't do it. But and again, most of us aren't crushing goals on a regular basis
Sure.
neither.
Yeah.
So there has to be some correlation there. I'm not saying that it's 100% causal relationship, but there has to be something some correlation going on there somewhere.
Absolutely.
So the my ability to take responsibility, to take full responsibility for my circumstances, even if I don't, and I don't want to say even if I don't think it's true, because there may be some very true things that, like you said, they start to get uncomfortable.
Hmm.
If we talk about, I mean, any
We
of the
don't want to
big,
give the impression that we're like discrediting them or throwing them
no,
down.
not at
Like,
all.
but at the same time, we don't. It's not this concept of like stop making excuses. It's more of don't be enslaved to this.
Right,
It's
right,
a
yeah,
very fine line.
absolutely. I'm not, and that's why it's so touchy, because I'm not trying to downplay gender issues or race issues or politics or anything like that. These things are real, and that's why we latch on to them as excuses.
Bingo. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's a tough one. But because it's a tough one, again, this just goes to show how this behavior change is a science. It does need a professional, and does require some serious attention if we're going to help somebody get to where they need to be, athlete, client, special pop, gen pop, whatever. So
Absolutely.
finish it off for me with the last one. Number
So
10 on your worksheet, we got why. What's the why?
yeah, it's going back to that. That really is the